Hey everyone, I'm back for the part two of my post-presidential debate commentary. So after Donald Trump made his denials of having anything to do with Project 2025, which, like I said in the last video, is untrue. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back and watch the first part. But they went on from there to talk about the economy. Donald Trump made the accusation that all of the jobs that have been created under the Biden administration have been bounce back jobs after recovering from COVID. That turns out to not be true. So that was a lie. Um, Forbes magazine actually put out an article in July saying that Donald Trump ended up actually losing through his term 2.1 million jobs from our economy. In all fairness to him, during the first 3 years of the economy, Forbes did point out that he did add 6.5 million jobs, but all of those and then some were wiped out, leading to an end result of negative 2.1 million jobs during the Trump 4 year term. According to Forbes, Biden actually, in his first 3 years, added 11.3 million jobs. And as of July, the economy had added 13.4 million jobs. So that right there goes to show that the jobs that were created by the Biden administration were not all bounce back jobs. So Trump's claim there is absolutely not true. Vice President Harris went on to make the statement that his tax plan, his economic plan is essentially, again, she made the same claim that his plan is to give tax breaks to the richest Americans. He again did not refute that claim. She went on to point out that 16 Nobel laureates have come out and said that his plan would explode the deficit due to his plan to add up to 10 to 20% tariffs on imported goods and even more higher tariffs on Chinese imported goods. And I did actually do some research into that, and it looks like that is actually a true statement. Axios actually put out a news story saying that the 16 Nobel laureates had made those claims, just as she said. Those Nobel laureates include Joseph Stiglitz, who was the winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics in the year 2001, and Robert Shiller, who won the Nobel Prize for Economics in 2013. So her claim there did turn out to be true. The moderators then went on to ask Trump if his plan to increase tariffs on imported goods of up to 20% or higher would cause for Americans to have higher prices for goods, and would that increase inflation? He claimed that it would not. He said that Americans would not bear the price of the tariff increases and that China would actually pay that, which is absolutely not true. Anytime tariffs are increased on imported goods, those who do the importing of those goods are the ones that pay those higher prices, which then gets transferred on to consumers in higher prices for those goods. Trump got a little bit defensive after that about the tariffs that he put on Chinese goods. And he did ask Vice President Harris if the tariffs on Chinese imported goods were so bad for the economy, why didn't the Biden administration get rid of all of them? And the Biden administration did do away with some of the tariffs. However, they did not get rid of all of them. And so I'm not really sure if she clearly answered that question. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of research. And it looks like during the Trump administration, whenever he did increase those tariffs, he made agreements with China and China's government that the tariffs would ease and that they would lower some of them if China agreed to purchase certain things from the United States and import some farm goods like corn and wheat and things like that from the United States. And China did agree to make some drastic increases. However, when Biden was looking at all of those things and whether or not we should decrease those tariffs or get rid of them altogether, it looks like he did keep some of them in place because China actually wasn't meeting the requirement. There was a certain, once China hit a certain amount of imports, that was when the tariffs would come down. So because of the fact that they had not met the requirement, Biden went ahead and kept those tariffs. Vice President Harris said that Trump administration policies led to one of the highest trade deficits in American history, and that he invited trade wars with his policies, especially when it comes to tariffs on imported goods during his administration, which is true. Increasing tariffs on imported goods does invite trade wars and cause for retaliatory measures to be taken by other countries. So yes, that those claims are true. We did have a trade deficit leading up to his administration, and he did make that worse with his policies. I really don't see any kind of evidence to indicate that he made them any better. Um, she did say that she feels that the president should be focused on getting America to a point where we are leading China when it comes to AI, quantum computing, investing in American tech. All of these things are policies that the president should be implementing to foster better development into these different fields. I definitely agree with her on that. The video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to go ahead and end it there for today, and I'm going to go ahead and do a part 3. Stay tuned for that, and everyone have a great night.